I also shared an even more provocative story of the Cyclops, the giant one-eyed wonder, first mentioned in the Greek epic poem, the Odyssey. I confessed to experiencing a huge imagination jolt when I discovered a theory put forward by archeomythologists and medical archaeologists that demonstrated how the mythical Cyclops could have been factually conceived by the Greek poet Homer as he created his epic story of men and gods. The jolt was another fact-based chain of evidence that began with a very rare, very horrific, and always fatal real-world birth defect called Cyclopia. Cyclopia really occurs in the real world in approximately 1 out of every 100,000 human pregnancies. So reports of a rare cyclopic birth somewhere in ancient Greece might have inspired Homer to envision his Cyclops. But what would have suggested to him that a whole fantastic race of one-eyed giants might exist? Remember that ancient Greece is considered the birthplace of modern logic. Well, archeomythologists point to the discovery of strange giant skulls, first in Europe, and then on the Mediterranean island of Crete, as the possible source of the logic behind the myth. The island of Crete has been proposed as the very site of the Odyssey's mythical account of the giant Cyclops. Now, this upgraded chain of evidence suggests that the ancient Greeks had a cultural memory that included some startling cases of fetal cyclopia, as well as random reports of giant one-eyed skulls being found on nearby islands. Homer may well have been inspired by this chain of evidence and perhaps didn't think of his poetic giant as much of a myth at all. And ask yourself, if you're confronted with the same chain of evidence 2,700 years ago, would you just laugh off the Cyclops as a crazy myth?